All right, welcome back to Lockdown Sports. Manchester United versus Man City. City's winning, predictions out of the way. There you go, video's done, all of that. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're not going to do a prediction this week, but here's 4 ways Manchester United can improve as a footballing team, organization, whatever you want to call it. A couple of them I've taken from Man City, and a couple of them have actually helped us beat Man City in the past. So let's get into it, all right? Couple things, all right? 2 things we've learned about this Man City team. Everyone wants to talk about Pep Guardiola as a masterful tactician, X's and O's. And everyone talks about Sir Alex as the other side of management. You know, the man management, the personality, the aura, the charisma. But what you realize is there's a lot of what Pep does that Sir Alex would be proud of. And that is the footballing basics. Now, we've talked a lot about this Arsenal team being good at this. I said, does size matter a couple months back? And it does. But set pieces, all right? This Pep Guardiola team, when it comes to versing Manchester United, has always been good on set pieces, defending them, keeping United out, but also on the other end, scoring, Kompany, Haaland, many different games, opening the scoring with a corner, with a free kick, with factors that are totally in your control, all right? And Manchester United, we finally let go of Eric Ramsey, who for the past 3 or 4 years, he's been acting, all right? He's an actor commissioned by Man City probably as a set-piece coach, all right? For the last 3 years, Manchester United has been woeful. Under Ole, under Ralf Rangnick, under Erik ten Hag, we've been woeful at defending and attacking set pieces, all right? And people forget about this with Man City, all right? Last 2 seasons, all right? They've been a top 5 team in terms of set-piece goal creation, all right? When they have dead balls, they create out of throw-ins, out of corners, out of free kicks, more than any other team. And this is on top of what they do so well, all right? On top of what they do when the ball isn't in play. And the other side, the second basic fundamental, all right? Controlling the goddamn ball, all right? When the ball bobbles, and the ball bobbles a lot in a Manchester United game, there's a lot of clearances, there's a lot of blocks, there's a lot of saves, there's a lot going on. We're a great team to watch if you're a neutral. But when that happens, what you noticed in the first edition of this derby earlier on in the season, when City came to Old Trafford, every time the ball bobbled and came at an awkward angle, head height, chest height, knee height, Manchester City players are able to recognize, they have such a short radius of understanding pressure around them. They actually control the ball with their head and take a touch with their feet after it. When a Manchester United player is put in that same situation, all right, it's not the press that makes them fear them. It's the fact that they don't think they're strong enough to take a good touch with their head, all right? And it's so important taking control of the ball, reducing the number of transitions the other team gets. And this is what Manchester City does better than any other team. When the ball is unexpectedly at their feet, at their shoulders, at their head, they're bringing it down, all right? That composure, lads, not on the red side of Manchester. All right, now that we got out of, complimenting Man City, all right, it's been a rough week for me. Liverpool's won another trophy, all right? Let's talk about, with a smile on our faces, when we actually beat Manchester City, all right? We'll talk about Ole a little bit later. I'll save that for the end. But Erik ten Hag actually did the impossible earlier last season in the 2nd out of 3 games against Manchester City. 2-1 win at home. How did he do it, all right? We played a blitz, all right? If you're familiar with American football, I'm learning it. We played a blitz. We were man-marking the shit out of that team. Haaland, Shaw, and Varane played centre-back that game, and they were on him. They were on him. Marking him wherever he went. Out to the wing, they had to go. Dropping deep into midfield, they had to go. We left no one back. And we doubled down on that, all right? Our midfield 3, Casemiro, Fred, Eriksen, all had a responsibility to mark, firstly, Bernardo and KDB out of the game and then block everything for Rodri, all right? That hyper-aggressive style worked out that day, and we've never seen it again, all right? And this season, so much of the story has been about half the team thinking they want to press and half the team thinking, nope, we've got to stay an hour and a half because we can't run back, all right? And if that's the case for Manchester United, like I said, it's going to be a loss. All right, and here's the final thing, all right? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, all right? We miss him. We miss him deeply now, All right. He had 6 fixtures against Manchester City, against Pep, won 3 of them in the league. All right. And we beat them in the cup once out of 4 times. But, let's not talk about that. Anyways, back to the point. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, how did he beat Manchester City? We got penalties. Remember when we used to get those? Remember when Jurgen Klopp didn't shit on us in public, in the press conference, and referees would actually be okay with giving us that? All right? Remember when our attackers actually drove at defenders with freedom in the final third? All right? These are the things you're going to need to see. All right? Manchester United's dribblers. Marcus Rashford, first name off the top of your head. Kobbie Mainoo. Amad Diallo. These are the guys that need to be involved come Sunday, come Monday morning. Look, if these guys aren't getting the penalties, they need to be getting the fouls in the final third, all right? To slow it down, to give our defense that breather. Because I'm telling you right now, Harry Maguire, Johnny Evans, Amrabat, Diego Dalot, they are not going to win you this game if they're defending for 70% of it. Now, as much as I miss Ole, there were a few flaws with his management, and ultimately, Ronaldo was the final flaw, fatal flaw, all right? If it wasn't for him, I stand by this, Ole would still be our manager. We'd still play free-flowing attacking football with liabilities at the back, nonetheless, but I'd love that a whole lot more than what I'm seeing right now. So here's to a loss against Manchester City coming this week. Subscribe for more. Stay tuned, stay locked in. Premier League previews every week.